So it's the age-old question, quality versus quantity. ¿Qué? ¿Por qué no los dos? Get ready to learn something useful. So hey, my name's MrRAYtheteacher, previously known as Senor Swag, depending on where I might have taught you. There's my social media, and please also subscribe. Click that like button if you like this video coming up, and don't forget to check the other videos out and click the bell for notifications, because I do upload regularly. Here we have it, social studies, H.S.I.E, so depending on what you're learning, could be history, geography, sociology, anthropology, geography, and anywhere in between. Topic is research methods, and the concept is quantitative and qualitative data. So also don't forget to check out my Patreon if this video helps you out. Really do appreciate the support, because yeah, it helps me help you learn. And remember, learning is your key to a bright future. So here we go, starting with quantitative and qualitative data. Firstly, we research so as to find out information. The research we do yields findings. With these findings, we can use this information to convey a message. So we might be writing an essay, a thesis, a speech, presenting a presentation, or even making a YouTube video. There are two types of data that we can analyze to come up with our own conclusions about certain things. Oh, and speaking for the record, data is how I pronounce it, but you can pronounce it data, data, it's whatever, you know, like what I mean. Just don't call it cate. See, now you can think of it as information that helps us learn about things. There are two types: quantitative data and qualitative data. Quantitative data, qualitative data, quantitative data, qualitative data, however you want to say it. So quantitative data, this is information or data which is numerical in value. Think about quantity data. So this includes percentages, numbers, graphs, and things which are number heavy. So lots of numbers. What we do is quantitative research, and that yields quantitative data. So yeah, you research, and then the information you get is like that. And it's similar to like this. So you can use surveys or questionnaires. And for example, the scale, they usually rate on a scale of, say, 1 to 10. So for example, this one here, how much do you like school on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 means not at all, 5 means neutral, and 10 means a lot. Then we've got qualitative data, and this is data information which is more textual in nature. Think about quality data. So this includes interviews, texts, and things which are text heavy, lots of words. So for example, like there's words in that little box. We do qualitative research to get qualitative data. So for example, surveys and questionnaires, and the answers are open-ended. So interviews, like video or voice. So for example, how much do you like school? Explain your answer why below. So it wasn't a rate out of 0 to 10. It's basically tell me what you think. So looking here, the pros of quantitative data, the data is numerical and we can make statistics. Also, it's easy to analyze. The pros of qualitative data is that the data is more in-depth. That's open to interpretation, so you can, that's a pro and a con, like, you know, you can skew it to portray the message you want. That could be misconstruing information, but like, how does the respondent know? So there's some ethical issues there. Then you got the cons of quantitative data. Cons means negative points, so it's superficial data. You're just looking at numbers. You don't really get any nitty-gritty gnarly info in there, and there's not much in-depth information, so that's kind of like the opposite to here. And then you've got the cons of qualitative data, and collecting data is more time consuming. The data cannot be generalized usually. So if someone's given you like a 1 hour response and you've like interviewed 1,000 people, that's 1,000 hours worth of content to get through. Good luck. You could, but yeah, that's not really efficient. So that's kind of a con, because like, you know, we want like efficiency. So when doing research, we have to be careful not to bias our questions so as to avoid getting a biased answer. We need to be objective and fair so that our results can be credible. We have to ask a wide array of people, not just one demographic, or take into account the way we construct our sample size. For example, if you were to ask a whole bunch of people over 50, do they use TikTok or Douyin, depending on which region you're in the world, you're probably going to get a whole bunch of people saying no. And if you ask a whole bunch of people that are, say, under the age of 20, do they use Facebook as much as they use Instagram, you're probably going to get a bunch of no's there too. Thus, you are going to skew your answers. We also use our findings to convey a message to the people. So statistics are like bikinis. What they show is revealing and enticing. See here, yeah, when you wear a bikini, sometimes you get them really skimpy ones. So this is either from the person watching or the person that's wishing to show more of their body. By the way, this line did come from my economics lecturer from freshman year. But what they conceal and hide is even more important. Case in point, if I were to strip this bikini, not that I would, but or if it were to happen to you, unfortunately, well, you'd be in a bit of a pinch. So again, statistics, they're like bikinis. What they show is revealing and enticing, but what they conceal and hide is even more important. So let's look at this example. 20% of people survive my God, this is a tongue twister. Survive severe drunk driving car crashes. So there, I'm okay. You know what? I am okay. I'm going to keep this recording. I messed up. I'm only human. Or 80% of people die in severe drunk driving car crashes. Dun, dun, dun. The math behind it is 80% die plus 20% survivors. Now remember, percent means out of 100. 80 plus 20 is 100. That's your 100% sample size. So what meaning do you get if you say sentence 1? So 20% of people survive severe drunk driving car crashes. What meaning do you get if you say sentence 2? 80% of people died in severe drunk driving car crashes. Now remember, the event doesn't change. You are looking at it just from a different perspective. So how are you trying to frame it? Are you trying to play things down? Or are you trying to increase things up to highlight a severe issue? What are you trying to convey again? And what message do you want to get across? So here's how you can utilize this statistic in your writing. So lots of people died during severe car crashes. Really? Not convinced. I need proof, like maybe a statistic. So here we go. Drunk driving can be disastrous to people and society. The impacts are numerous, as people who are inebriated are less able to control their actions. According to research, statistics state that 80% of people die in severe drunk driving car crashes. It is because of this that so this triple dot here, that's where you put your opinion, and that's what separates the smart kids from the not so bright kids, and that's what's going to get you the marks. So here we answer the question. Here we reference the statistic, and yeah, here, that's where you have your deep analysis showing thought, and I've only just started. That can be something you can finish, but you get what I mean, like you gotta really run with it there. And you must cite statistics to show that you've referenced something or did research. Don't make up stats or lie, and plagiarism is stealing, and stealing is wrong, so make sure you do cite them. So what did you learn today? If that's what someone asks you today, please don't waste a taxpayer dollar if you go to a public school, because our taxes pay for this. Here's an answer, and if you don't, or if you're learning elsewhere, well, here's some answers too. So quantitative data is number-style data. It includes numbers, stats, percentages, etc. Positives is you can make stats using a big sample size. Negative is the data can be superficial. It's just numbers. Qualitative data is text-style data. It includes open response to surveys, interviews, etc. Positives include in-depth subjective responses, and negatives is it's hard to conduct on a large scale, and maybe the data processing. So for example, if you're dealing with, say, an interview that goes for 1 hour with one person, that's sweet, but try dealing 1,000 people's worth of data, and good luck, you won't be sleeping for a while. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out my other videos if you haven't already done so. Also, spread the word, tell your classmates, friends, or colleagues if this did help you out, and do check out my Patreon to support me and spread the love, and feel free to give me kudos, as yeah, I help you learn for a brighter future. And also, watching the ads helps too, so please do if you can. And if you're not using ad blocker, you're watching the minimum 30 seconds or interacting, that's much appreciated. So special thanks and shout out to B-Dog, my 30th subscriber. Many thanks. Yay, yay. Lucky 3, Tina Hoshino, and Action Man, and VC, and all the math teachers where I work at. You know who you are. Thanks a lot. We'll catch you on the flip side. Bye now.